So let's talk about some specifics of tempo in the Holst E-flat suite of the first movement. My personal opinion about tempo in the first movement is that the marking Allegro moderato needs some flexibility in performance. The tempo that seems right to me for the theme statement at the beginning and the first two variations is about 94 to 96 beats per minute. This makes the opening chaconne theme playable by the tubas and euphoniums while giving ample time for the harmonic suspensions and non-harmonic tones to unfold in measures 9 through 23. But the tempo that feels right beginning at variation 3 at letter A needs to be faster than that, perhaps about 102 to 104 beats per minute. So, one could consider inserting a slight accelerando in measures 24 and 25 to achieve the tempo that works best for the following several variations. And as long as the tempo change is subtle, I believe it's appropriate. I also like a slight elongation of measure 73 with no break between the half note and quarter note, and a slightly slower tempo to draw subtle attention to the darker quality of the music and the inversion of the chaconne theme that follows. This slower tempo also reinforces Holst's marking of pesante at letter D, as well as the plodding character of the duple feel in the bass line. Then beginning at letter E, a slight hastening of the tempo over several measures so that it is barely noticeable will help prepare for the maestoso at letter F. For quite some time, I struggled with how best to make the maestoso to the end of the movement work without the music becoming overly slow and drawn out. I think my problem probably stemmed from the fact that I was trying to take his markings literally. So as I was looking for an answer, I came across a recording that Frederick Fennell did with the United States Marine Band, and that provided my answer. In this recording, Fennell pulled back the tempo at the maestoso, as one might expect, then inserted a slight accelerando in measures 121 through 122, back to the tempo prior to the maestoso. And finally, he delayed the beginning of the ritardando for several measures, with the greatest slowing taking place in measures 130 and 131. This editing of tempo preserves the broadening effect that I imagine Holst had in mind without the music becoming labored.